How are y'all doing? Um, I'm pushing these videos out this upcoming week, huh? So today we're going to be doing a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville season 4 episode 5. Yesterday, the episode, well, I'll say on Saturday, the episode really had kind of initially upon watching the first 4 episodes, I was inclined to believe Destiny. But after last night, I really now feel like I'm more inclined to believe Melody. I don't know. But I want us to start talking about it before I start getting into the exchange between Destiny and Melody. Hey, Ellen, how are you? But like, let's get started here. So we open up the episode where we left off last episode, which was between the argument that started between Kiki and Tisha. So after they go about having this roundabout argument about, are you gonna let it go? I'm gonna let it go. Are you gonna talk about it? Are we gonna talk about it? It was just like very repetitive. Tisha ended up storming out and calling Kimmy. And this is where I have to critique Tisha's maturity level. I just don't understand why you felt the need to walk out of the restaurant and call Kimmy. Like, I don't understand why Tisha feels that Kimmy really gives a damn about her this much for you to be calling her and telling her your family business. And that goes right into what Kiki was saying, that that's the type of shit that you do. You want to act like you don't do that, but it is true that you do that because you just did it. Like, you just left, you just had an argument, and now you're sitting here talking all that shit about Kiki to Kimmy. Mind you, you're venting to Kimmy, but Kimmy was right beside Kiki while she was talking shit and didn't stop her at all. Like, I'm gonna reflect this back onto myself because I used to do the same shit. I'm not perfect. Once I left Las Vegas and I got into the military, I like started getting a little bit of money in my pocket. I felt like I was better than the rest of my family, initially, because I always thought my family was just a pack of hood rats who was never going to make it out of the hood. A lot of them, I ain't gonna say all of them because a lot of them have, but I'm saying that, like, that's what I thought. So I looked down upon them, and that was only because I was so used to everybody looking down upon me. So now I have somebody to look down upon and make them feel the way the world has made me feel since I was in high school, because I went to a predominantly white high school. It was actually a magnet school full of predominantly white kids. So now I can look down upon my family because I view them as less than I. And see, the same way that Tisha gets upset when Melody and Kimmy treat her a certain way is the same way that she's treating her own family. But you and then to add the cherry on top, Tisha is gonna tell Kiki, if we were not family, we would not be friends. But wasn't you almost on the verge of tears and with your feelings hurt and your face broken when Kimmy told you that at the reunion? Mind you, y'all not even actually related. You and Kimmy are only related by marriage. And you felt such hurt from her telling you that. But meanwhile, you will tell your actually blood relative this. So I'm just saying, like, to me, it seems that Tisha want to do shit to people that she don't want nobody else to do to her. Now, Tisha, I was really with you all the way up until this episode because I feel that you were actually displaying a lot of growth this season. But when it comes to this whole Kiki shit, I have to look at you sideways because you do come across as a liar, because you did say that you did it. You didn't, then you say you didn't do it. Then you say you apologized for it. Then you say y'all talked it out. Then y'all say y'all worked through it. Then y'all say y'all coming back to it. So I don't know who to believe at this point. Did you actually talk shit about this girl and apologize? And if she apologized and Kiki isn't over it, Tisha, that's the same shit that you did. Because Melody and you talked everything out, but at the reunion, you decided to try to go in on her about her like not being a good friend. When she thought that now y'all have gotten over it, now y'all are on good terms. But then y'all wasn't. So what's the difference between your cousin doing that to you and you doing it to everybody else? Now, does that mean that it's right? No, but it means that you can't be upset that people give you the same energy that you give them. And then on top of that, you want to sit here and feel like you're above your relatives because you're on a TV show, you're making money, you have your degrees. Yes, that's amazing and all. But don't get mad when Kimmy and Melody make you feel less than what you are. Because it was all tears, your face broke, and your feelings hurt when Kimmy told you that she wouldn't be your friend if y'all wasn't really related by family. And you got your and then you got your feelings hurt when Melody started shitting on you, but now you want to shit on your own family. Because if you're not able to do that to Kiki, who else are you able to do it to? Because you damn sure can't make Melody feel less than you. You damn sure can't make Kimmy feel less than you. And I'm just really tired of Kimmy just skating by with the bullshit that she does, y'all. Y'all just let this woman get away with murder. Y'all really do. Kimmy, like, so now after Tisha basically embarrasses herself, walks right outside of the restaurant, but just enough to where Kiki could come outside and hear her talking shit. Kiki approaches her, is like, "Who you talking shit about me to now?" You know, like, and this is when Tisha's up there like, "I'm not talking shit about you. I'm just talking to the situation to Kimmy." But see, when Kiki talks about your situation in front of a group of bitches that you're not cool with, then you upset. I'm saying, do you see the double standard here? Do you see the hypocrisy in the way that you're moving, Tisha? And I'm saying I don't feel that Kimmy is trustworthy, and that's just me. Kimmy started this bullshit just so she could be in between two parties once again. See, Kimmy loves to play the mediator. Kimmy likes to play the middleman between two groups that are beefing. And that's because when you do that, you don't have to talk about your own business. You don't have to talk about if Maurice is cheating on you. You don't have to talk about the problems that you and your husband are having because of communication issues and about his infidelity. You don't have to do it then, because now the only focus between you and the rest of the cast is you being between two beefing parties and you having to mediate between the two parties. That's what Kimmy opened herself up to this season, because she didn't want to talk about her own business. And they always do that. They always do it. But Kimmy, you can get away with that shit with everybody else. But I see you for the maniacal person that you are. You started this shit between Kiki, Tisha, and Melody to take off the heat from yourself about that picture, about that guy's trip, and about the fact that you still with your husband, even though that he probably cheated on you with a big bitch. Not saying that cheating on you with big bitches is an issue, because, you know, they say big girl coochie is the best. Look, I don't know, but that's what they be saying. But all I'm trying to say is, Kimmy, you trying to take the heat off yourself and strike up arguments between family members just so you don't have to take the heat this season. But just to remind y'all, they was completely okay being up in Melody's business when Melody was having, you know, her issues with her family, her husband. They didn't have no problem questioning her and her answering questions. But see, Kimmy couldn't even handle that for 2 episodes. Melody had that shit going for 2 seasons of y'all just being in her business, knowing that her man is cheating on her, looking her in the face, smiling in her face while her man is cheating, while y'all know everything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just something in me that doesn't like Kimmy, because it seems that everybody else loves this chick, but like I just see somebody very calculated. But it seems to me that Kimmy is the actual smart person on this fucking show, because she's able to skate around being fucking messy, telling both parties, you know, collecting and carrying bones between the two parties, and not having to take the brunt of, like, you know, the fallout. Like, why is that? Why isn't Tisha checking Kimmy for not telling, you know, Kiki to shut her ass up talking about her business? Y'all both all of y'all are family at this point, you know? So you should basically be able to shut this down, be like, "Hey man, that's my sister, that's my cousin-in-law, my sister-in-law. You can't do that. You can't talk about her right now. Like, not in front of everybody. Save that for another time." You could have shut that shit down right then and there, but Kimmy, you didn't do that. Skip forward to the next scene. Kimmy is basically telling Maurice everything that had happened between her, Kiki, and Tisha. Basically saying that, like, now I have to be, I don't want to be the middleman, but now it seems I'm in the middle. Like, and then, Maurice is echoing that, like, yeah, you are going to be in the middle. You are going to be in the middle. Like, and of course she is, because she chose to be in the middle. She didn't have to go and tell shit to Tisha. She didn't have to go tell shit to Tisha, but she chose to do that to, number one, make it seem that she's not messy. To make it to number two, so Marsau and Tisha wouldn't be coming after her and Maurice. And number three, so she could just play the middle person and not have to actually talk about what's going on in her personal life, and just sit here for the whole season and be in between two arguing groups of women. And I just don't see how everybody else can't see that. But me. Let me look at some of the comments for a second. I'm sorry, y'all. I got myself irritated. I didn't think I was going to be irritated. I didn't come in with that energy. I didn't think this was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pleasant surprise. Hey, Monique. Yes, I'm hopping on. I just left campus. I had a meeting trying to build some of these simulations for this project that's due on Thursday. Okay, I caught it live. Hey, yes, welcome, High Vibe. I'm happy that you caught it live. I hope that you enjoy yourself, because I plan on cutting up for the rest of this, review. All these people with the Sabrina, I can't get over is wrong. Look, wrong live. I can't talk about that right now, because if I do, I'll get into a whole tangent. But that's why I say a lot of times women, like, and a lot of people who are with Sabrina are women, and that's only because it's like subconsciously vengeful. Like they love to see a woman playing the same game as a man, but the thing is, it's not right when neither party does it. Just because Sabrina is playing the game like a fuck nigga would, doesn't make her right. Oh, y'all not used to, it don't feel good when a woman is, it don't feel good when a woman is doing it. It doesn't feel good when a man is doing it. Let a man did all of that shit that Sabrina did for Ready to Love, they will be dragging him, saying that he's full of games, saying that he's not respectful towards none of his connections, but just because it's Sabrina, a woman, it's all right. No, it's not. Because let the roles be reversed and a man actually pulled that shit amongst all of those women, all the women would be upset. But that goes into that whole feminist shit that I was telling y'all about. I'm not a feminist. Then acts like she doesn't want to be in the middle. Jeremy be knowing. Absolutely. Kimmy is full of shit, y'all. She really is. Kimmy is full of shit. And to me, she's the smartest out of all three, because Melody tries to be sneaky, but we can all see through her. Tisha ain't smart enough to be. Tisha can barely even speak proper sentences. And then you have Kimmy. And to me, Kimmy is the one who's like pulling the strings of everybody. Melody uses people. Kimmy is her friend this season because she needs an ally against her ops. She has no issues with using Kimmy as a middle person. But Melody isn't using Kimmy as a middle person. Kimmy is using herself as a middle person. Melody didn't do anything by Kimmy except invite her to a pajama party. Nobody told Kimmy to go and run and tell that shit to Tisha. Nobody told her to do that. Nobody told her to tell Tisha that she wasn't invited. She actually told Kimmy that she would like it if she does not do that. But Kimmy ran and told Tisha all this shit herself. And let's be real, I don't think that Melody has to use anybody. Because if that's the case, Melly already has Stormy as a buffer between her and her group anyway. It doesn't need to be Kimmy. And she's not even talking to Kimmy on a regular basis throughout the episode. When was the last time we heard her hit up Kimmy since the pajama party? Meanwhile, Kimmy is going around talking to Tisha, like telling Maurice this, telling this person that, telling this person this. Like, how long are we gonna let Kimmy get away with her bullshit, y'all? She do it every season with that fake shit, trying to make it seem that her and Maurice don't have no issues. We know y'all have issues, but see, Kimmy is that type of person that, like, she wants to keep everything in house. But see, if you want to keep everything in house, then you shouldn't be on this type of reality show that focuses on your marriage. She could pull the wool over everybody else's eyes, but she can't pull the wool over my eyes. Now, if you say that Melody was probably using Stormy, I can even understand that. But I don't get that she's using Kimmy. I don't see that. but Melody knows how Kimmy moves. She knew Kimmy would run tell Tisha, which is why Kiki was there to create drama. But then that just goes into Kimmy being a messy bitch. Like if you fall into, like if you want to sit here and run and gossip, then go run and gossip. But I told you not to do it. That goes into Kimmy once again. Why does Kimmy get away with being messy? And then on top of that, is she not just as messy as the rest of the women because she didn't check nobody for talking about Tisha? Yeah, you can run and tell Tisha all of this stuff, but when you were actually in the situation, you not once stood up for Tisha. You didn't make it seem that any of this shit was fake. You didn't speak up for her. You completely sat there and let her get talked about while drinking your warm cocoa. Kimmy is not like Kimmy is the one that's doing all of this. Melody is not manipulating Kimmy. Trust me. Kimmy is smart enough to know what she's doing. See, now when it comes to the manipulation, I believe that Melody may be playing a part in Stormy, but I don't believe she's playing a part in Kimmy. I believe Kimmy is doing this shit by her own self, by her own, her own standard. See, Kenya, you must want Monique to get blocked out of the live. Obviously, that's what you want. I don't know why y'all trying to trigger me. Maybe y'all want me to go in today. I don't know. But she's not Mrs. Tory. She's Mrs. King. Her first name is Monique. Her last name is King, Mrs. King. She's not Mrs. Tory, Kenya. I'm sorry to inform both of y'all of that. She's not. But anyway. So see, this is why I hate going off on tangents, because I lose my pacing on where I'm at. So I'm not gonna block her, I'm just playing. But the next scene is between Martell and Marsau. So Marsau is in his office. Martell comes through in all of his desperation. See, the thing is, when Martell was feeling high and mighty. Oh, y'all, hold on. I have another thing to show y'all. I don't know. I don't know if it will let me, but let me see if I can look up the article about Martell. I can't seem to find it. I don't know where it's at. But like what I was trying to say is they're saying that the reason why Martell cannot get his builder's license is because he has a felony record of a burglary or participating in a burglary allegedly. And that's why they cannot allow him to get a builder's license, because you're building all of these houses. All of these houses are at, the ins and outs, and you could just plan these robberies and these burglaries around the specifications of the homes that you're building. That I guess that's why he cannot get his builder's license. It's not that he can't pass; it's because he's ineligible to get it. You get what I'm saying? But going on, so Martell meets up with Marsau at the Skull office. So now he's trying to see if he could buy himself back into the company to be one of the leaders. And all of a sudden Marsau's talking about, now I gotta tell Tisha, because I care about my wife. I didn't care about my wife enough to invite her to Africa. I didn't care about my wife enough, not to have, linebackers, at the ATL trip. I didn't care about my wife enough to allow her to have, her career that she wanted, and just wanted her to stay in the house and watch the kids. I don't have enough respect for my wife to take care of my kids and not just depend on her to do it. I don't have enough, but I just have just enough respect for my wife to ask her about Martell coming back into the company. And you want to know why you have that much respect for her, Marsau? Is because you don't want Martell to come back into the company either. But see, you don't want to offend Martell. And you don't want Martell to get upset and basically tell more of your tea in your business. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna give that, give that responsibility to Tisha, knowing that Tisha is immature and she doesn't come from a space of thinking about things from a business standpoint, but from a personal standpoint. So now when Tisha says that she doesn't want to do it, you're just gonna agree and just have that be that. Not saying that he's that she's wrong, because let somebody spread that type of gossip about my family and try to destroy my family too. I wouldn't really want them a part of my company. But I'm saying that's the whole reason that you asked for Tisha's approval. It wasn't because you actually cared about her opinion. It's just so you didn't come across as the villain who stopped Martell from getting his bag, and therefore would enact all of that vengeance from Martell. I heard gasp what? Yeah. He was like, I saw the documentation on one of these YouTube videos. Now I don't know how real it is, but they do say that he was a part of a burglary ring with the rest of his cousins or rest of his family members. They were trying to, I guess, steal some type of ATM machine, and he was waiting in the car. Oh my, probably something from when he was a teenager. Nah, I think it's actually from 15 years ago, maybe 16. But he wasn't a teenager, I don't think. Now I just need to I can't find the website, but I could pull up the video. But the only thing is that I don't want nobody to flag my shit for using their content. That's what I'm kind of scared about. But the thing is, Martell, is that is that you burnt all of these bridges, and okay, how do I word this the best way? You burnt all of these bridges when you were high and mighty with Melody. But see, you got so high and mighty that you didn't even value the woman who's basically running the whole business, and the reason that the businesses were running because you have a felony on your record. So you can't do a lot of the things that you need to do to have your builder's license to run these companies. You can't do that because you're not qualified based on your record. So when you had Melody, you felt like y'all were one cohesive team. So you felt that you were able to shit on the Scotts. But then you started shitting on the actual person who was running the companies for you. So now you don't have Melody. Those companies have now since dissolved. People don't want to do business with you. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna crawl to Marsau with your toe tucked between your legs, and then you're gonna talk about your kids. So now you talk about your kids to try to get some type of sympathy, to make it seem that you're going through all of this stuff, that Melody ain't letting you see the kids and all of this stuff, to make him feel bad for you, to gain some type of sympathy before you lay into that you want to actually help build the company. But just a couple seasons ago, didn't you go and buy the land with Melody behind everybody's back? Behind the comeback group? But see, now that you've lost everything and you basically like smutting yourself out on calendars in boxers, with oil and motherfucking rose petals and shit. Now you have to go to Scope and ask them, can you have a position in the company that you shitted on? Even though that you and Melody and Tisha and Marsau made Scope together, y'all felt enough to leave the company, right? Y'all left the company. Now you're trying to buy back in because you don't have a stable form of income because of your record. Martell, you really are a joke, man. Like, you really sitting here using your kids for sympathy, using your kids to try to make Melody look bad, and it's just really sad to watch. It's really sad to watch, honestly. But Marsau had enough peace in him to allow you to tell your story, to allow him to tell him why you feel the way that you feel when it comes to the company. So now he's going to take that to Tisha. So that's the end of this scene between Martell and Marsau. Now we're going to go to Destiny and Maurice. So Maurice meets up with Destiny to basically look into her finances, try to figure out what can she do to try to gain more income, more streams of revenue. So now we find out, looking through all of Destiny's, like, paperwork, that she is in extreme debt, that she's not making that much money. And this is when Destiny tells us that she was on public assistance. He asks her, do you mean like PPP loan? She says no, not a PPP loan. So that gives us the mind thought that if it's not PPP, that you mean that you must have been on food stamps or welfare. Now, how the fuck are you on welfare with a whole company in your name? When you have a show that you're on, that you're getting paid per episode, you know, and then on top of that, I don't know if she's getting paid child support or not, but if not, you have the baby full time, so you're not even getting child support. And if I'm not mistaken, if you are on welfare or public assistance, wouldn't the government automatically go after the father of the child for, like, for money to help the mother? Like, is that not a thing that happens? Because if that's not, I must be mistaken, because that's happened in the past with some of my family members. Monique says, "Woo, life come at you fast." Yeah, the same people that you see when you go up are the same people that you're gonna see on your way down. That's why you have to always maintain and be courteous of the people that you're doing business with. Even when you don't want to do business with them anymore, make sure that it's always, cordial or amicable when you split. You don't want to just shit on people, and then when you come back down, you have to beg them for your help. I mean, beg them for help. Martell threw away a family, a multi-million dollar business over a dingy peasant, a bird. It's really sad. Like, he really fucked up his life. All over Arian. I can't stand Arian, y'all. I'm pretty sure that y'all seen, have you filed for child support? First question they ask, I believe. It ain't adding up. It's not adding up. None of the shit that she was saying added up to me, y'all. It really didn't. I don't know. I don't know who Destiny think that she fooling, but she not fooling me. I see through bullshit. Destiny is not telling the truth, because if you guys actually go look, she got $20,000 in PPP money. Not to mention, she had a whole last season. She had a whole whatchamacallit, a whole, like, fundraiser for a company, or, like, investors and shit. Melody gave her money, and 3 or 4 other companies, like, sponsored and gave her money for her company. So therefore, how doesn't she not have enough money to pay people, or like to keep overhead, and have to, like, reach into her like her savings? And how much savings do you have to keep a company afloat? You pay your monthly rent, pay your actual rent, to pay to keep the lights on at this facility, to pay to keep the lights on at your place. Like, how much savings do you have? What were you doing before you made this? What is Destiny's like, what was her, like, her job orientation? Like, what was she doing? How do you have all of this money in savings to basically help with your company? Like, did you quit a job that was giving you a lot of money? Like, I don't understand how all of this is working. But Maurice basically tells her, like, you could basically turn these these facilities inside of the salon. You could basically rent those out to stylists and stuff like that, and collect booth rent, and then you'll basically have some more money in your pocket. Destiny is just a liar. She's not a good hustler, and didn't want to give up on a home she can't afford because her 1-year-old is used to her. Exactly. I was like, what is going on here? I was like, your 1-year-old cannot be used to a house. I was like, I can't remember shit from when I was one. That doesn't make any sense, Destiny. Just say that you want to live beyond your means, and that's why you're in debt. If you had to move it, you could have just moved into a real cute condo and an apartment, real space, a luxury apartment, and just waited to like until you were able to buy another house. But you wanted to have this house that you and your husband or ex-husband had gotten originally for each other. And now you have to maintain all of this by yourself, which is extremely difficult when you don't have, the stable money coming in. But what were you doing before you made this, like, this beauty store? What was Destiny's, like, background as far as work? Does anybody know? Destiny sound like she's terrible with managing a business. I mean, they say the reviews for Madani is terrible. That's what they're saying. And didn't want to give up a home because her 1-year-old is used to it. But now, y'all, now we about to go into what I've been waiting for this whole time. So now Melody and Destiny meet up. And Destiny is basically saying, hey, wait, give me what you say, Kenya said at Destiny Store, maybe her savings is her 401k. That makes sense. But 401k is just money taken from jobs that you've done. But how do you have enough money in your 401k to help cover the overhead for a whole store is my thing. How much was in her 401k? What was she doing before she opened up the business? What was her income before she opened this store? And if that job that she had was helping her gain all of this savings, all of this money to put in her 401k, why not go back to working and then just do this part time, Madani. If you're drowning that far into debt, why won't you just go back to working the 9 to 5? Shut everything down, just work a job. Not everything that you're going to do is going to work, the first time. And sometimes you might have to fail, re-strategize and try it all over again. I'm just not understanding what Destiny is. It's so much I don't know about Destiny. That's what makes me uncomfortable. Hold on, you guys. Give me a second. Okay, sorry. But I'm saying it's just I don't know what to believe when it comes to Destiny. It just seems like a lot of haziness, a lot of fog, a lot of lies happening here. I saw another content creator video that she got a loan. Yes, she did get a loan. It's public records, allegedly. I'm only saying allegedly because I didn't go look personally, but I saw some of the documentation on other people's channels. So I don't know. But listen here. Now we need to talk about Melody and Destiny. Now this is what really was getting me the whole episode, because I was like, what? So, Melody meets up with Destiny. Melody is sitting at the table, with that voice, and Destiny walks in. She was like, "Oh, you look pretty. How are you?" So I hear that you say that we have issues. You don't think everything between us is all right? Destiny is like, apparently not, because I'm here from your friends. I'm hearing that. And Melody asks a really good question. Who are you hearing that from? And Destiny doesn't say the name, but she says, the people that you talk to. Well, Destiny, who is it that you heard it from? Say the name. If you don't say a name, keep it on the playground. Say the name or keep it on the playground. Don't say people who I'm talking to. Say the name. Say the name. It's so I don't like when people do that, because they don't, like I told y'all before, people don't say names because they don't want to be held accountable for what the fuck they be saying. Because if you say a name, that person is then going to be able to second check what you say. So you could just say, oh, one of your friends or the people that you talk to. Who is it that she talks to that will tell you what she's been saying, Destiny? But anyway, Melody says, yeah, I have an issue because at the reunion, I allowed you to talk a falsehood on me. Now, at this point, this is where I really scooted up to the TV, because I'm up here yeah, you didn't talk to her, Melody, because if you did, you would have said it during the reunion. Now, I don't know why Melody didn't check it during the reunion, but she waited. So now Melody is basically allowing us to see all of these text messages between her and Destiny. And the text message is like, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, what's going on? Just checking on you. Want to go to brunch? All of that type of shit. And then, Destiny is responding back and forth to her. Sometimes even leaving the girl on red. You've been wanting to talk to her so much but when she's texting you, you leaving her on red. I'm confused. I'm confusion. I don't understand that. But and then a lot of people are just saying that, are saying that, she wasn't talking about, like, communication. She was talking about actually speaking to her on the phone and actually seeing her. But I'm saying Melody doesn't have a right to not want to reach out to people for a certain period of time, but Destiny can do that. And that's the point that Destiny was making. A lot of people thought that Melody was just mad. I mean, not Destiny, but the point that Melody was making. A lot of people felt that Melody was mad because Destiny chose not to tell her about her divorce. But it's not that. It's basically her saying, you could pull away and take time to yourself, not respond to text messages, not call me when you are going through your divorce, and have me not know anything. But when I take time for myself, it's an issue. And the issue wasn't the fact that Destiny was not able to speak to Mel. It was that Destiny wasn't able to have access to Mel like she was before, and that was an issue for her. And my thing is this: we're grown. We both have our own families. I'm 20. Look, I'm 27, and I have friends who have kids who me like when we first became friends, they didn't have kids. And I don't even it's sometimes I don't talk to them for months. And that's completely fine. That doesn't mean that they're not my friends. That doesn't mean that we don't know where each other are at as far as friendship wise. They will always be my friends, but we have our own lives. I'm constantly doing stuff. They're constantly doing things. We might not hear from each other for a month or so, but best believe that when we text or when we do talk, it's gonna be like we just picked up where we left off. But see, Destiny don't want to accept that. Destiny wants to be able to talk or call Mel whenever she wants to. But you do not have the capacity to have a best friend relationship when you're still wanting to have this type of friendship with somebody who caused her that much trauma. Not saying that you cannot do it, but you can't expect to be best friends with Mel while also being best friends with her husband, her ex-husband. That don't make sense. That's not how it go, Destiny. You have to and I understand, and Destiny made this point. And she said, I met Melody through Martell. And that means that every friend that I make through Martell, like, I'll have to cut them off too. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that. It means that when you decided to call Melody your best friend, you put that friendship over you and Martell. So that means that if this girl is your best friend, your sister, and her ex-husband is sitting here berating her on social media, almost about to fight her in person, physically assault her, mentally assault her, verbally assault her, emotionally assault her, and you're still being cool with this man, picking up the phone, he's able to come over to your house, you're able to go over to his house, I'm going to be looking at you sideways too. Maybe it's just me. But I'm putting myself in Melody's shoes, and I'm putting myself in Destiny's shoes. But if I call somebody my best friend and their ex, who I probably met through them, but me and the ex wasn't like really close friends like that. We were just childhood friends. But if I befriended and made this girl my best friend, and the person who I met her through is disrespecting her, tearing her down, calling her all types of names, traumatizing her, making her feel less than, am I still going to be cool with this person, or am I going to cut this person off out of respect of my best friend? Which one? Tell me. I'm not crazy, and I don't think I'm that petty either because I think this. But I assume that if Melody meant so much to you that you wouldn't have any issue cutting off Martell. You could still be cordial with Martell. You could still be cool with Martell. But what are y'all really talking about every day that you have to constantly hold this friendship up and not completely just abandon it for Melody, who you claim is your best friend? Is Martell your best friend as well? Like, what's going on, Destiny? I don't understand Destiny's point. I don't understand it. It's not registering to me. It's not. It's not. And Melody made a point. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and call or text your ex-husband. He could never call or text me. Nor will I be calling him, telling him stuff about you. And mind you, that's what Destiny has been doing since up until this episode. She's been telling shit about Melody to Martell. Regardless if it's issues between Melody and Destiny, you should not be telling that shit to somebody who has it out for her. Why are you telling Martell anything about Melody? That's some shit. You don't do that, which is another reason why she don't trust you. So, like Destiny is basically saying, like, I had a business partner that, me and her was supposed to go into a project, and she basically halted it because of whatever you told her. Melody said, well, I didn't tell her not to do business with you. When people ask about you, I give them a vague response. Now, initially, I thought Melody was lying. I was like, she could be lying. I don't know. I was like, because when it came to Kimmy, you didn't have any issues telling her what you like about what happened between her and, her and Destiny. But then I also had to think about it was that was only because of, of Kimmy asking who was going to be at this party. If Kimmy didn't ask that, I don't think that Melody would have been like, oh yeah, and Destiny's not invited because she's been talking shit about me to Tisha. Like, I don't think that's what would have happened, but because Kimmy asked, she obliged to answer. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Now, do I think that, outside of the show that Melody is going around talking shit about, Destiny? I don't know if I believe that. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Sorry. What y'all gotta say? What y'all thinking? Don't nobody want a needy friend at the age of 35 plus? Exactly. I have a best friend. Me and him, neither one of us have kids. Neither one of us has families. We're just both busy. And that sometimes that nigga might not hear from me for 3 months at a time. But me and him are supposed to be hanging out. I'm supposed to be going on a trip with him on the 11th for his birthday. We still best friends, still been friends for the last 16 years. But that doesn't change the fact that me and him may not talk all the time. That's just that's how adult friendships work. Y'all both busy. Y'all can't be. I don't have time to be talking to somebody every day. I don't want to talk to somebody every day, especially if we not fucking. What? Like if we not hunching, if we not screwing, if we not in a relationship, why do we have to talk every day? Why can't we just text? I don't understand that. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. So, now Destiny is basically making it seem that, Mel is telling people not to work with her. Mel says, I didn't tell somebody not to work with you. But the thing is, Mel, is that, when people have that type of, loyalty to you, off the strength of you not fucking with Destiny, they're not going to fuck with Destiny as well. And they'll stop all business with her, even though that you didn't tell them to do that. That they're going to do that. But then I also have to say, but does that mean that Melody should lie about her not fucking with Destiny just so Destiny could profit off of her connections? Absolutely not. I was like, if somebody I work with called to ask me about somebody I'm not fucking with anymore, I'm going to be able to tell them the truth that I'm not really talking to them like that, but you can do whatever you want to do. Now, whatever that person decides after that is their business, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to people and make them feel that me and you are on good terms so you can have business with them. I'm not. Me and you are not friends. If that was the case, you would make sure that you moved accordingly. Right? Maybe I'm just petty, and y'all know that for the last few episodes, I have been calling out Melody. I always call out Melody for her fuck shit. But when it comes to her and Destiny, I don't think the Melody is wrong. I'm sorry. Because everything that Melody was saying, I agreed with. And everything that Destiny was saying, I did not agree with. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what do you mean you didn't know that Tisha and Melody was beefing? When Tisha just said that she didn't know how to be a friend, that she uses people and then disposes of them, I was like, and then they have the nerve to ask you, is that true? And you're gonna fucking say that you don't know, Destiny, when y'all literally have been texting this whole time. So how wouldn't you know? What? So you're telling me that you thought that? So now Melody is asking, so do you think that I used you for anything? What could I have used you for? If anything, you've been using me. You've gotten connections from me to help you with Madani. You've gotten connections to put products in your store. Like, what could I get from you? But when they ask you this question, you're gonna say that you don't know when you have been talking to me. But then you say like you don't know like if you've been used or not because you haven't spoken to Melody. When you have spoken to Melody, she even asked you to go to brunch. I don't understand. And my thing is this: if I had a best friend who was sitting there telling me the fact that you're talking to my ex and that you really are still friends with him, even though that he traumatized me, that he lied on me, that he's out here saying all of this stuff about me, that's bothering me, and I don't appreciate that. The first thing I would have said was like, okay, well, I'll just cut off. I didn't know that. I apologize. I'll just cut off all communications. Like, I would try to alleviate the situation. Destiny was felt emboldened in her behavior. Like, she didn't sound like somebody who wanted to keep that friendship. Am I tripping, y'all? Tell me, am I tripping? Tell me, maybe I'm just a petty bitch and I don't know it. But I completely agree with everything that Melody said. I'm sorry. Everything that Destiny was saying did not make a lick of sense. Destiny even lied about the text messages, talking about I don't even say chillaxing. Sis, it's in the text messages. What are you talking about? You don't say chillaxing. Yes, you do. Why are you lying like this? Now, I'm not even going to hold you. I would be embarrassed to say I say chillaxing too, because that's some weird shit to say. I'm just chillaxing. I would deny that as well. But it's in the text messages, Destiny. Like, how can you lie and say that this is not you when it is? Now, Melody said it. Melody said, now, if you're gonna say that I wasn't as accessible to you, that's fine. Like, I could agree with that. But to say that that I have not contacted you since we rapped, that's a lie. And why did you lie? Why did you say this? And Destiny didn't even give us a reason. Destiny still has not gave us a reason why she said that shit. And Destiny showed these photos on online on her Instagram saying, like, basically saying that, these are the messages where Melody isn't responding to me. But the thing is, if y'all actually look on the messages that Melody showed, what Destiny showed happened before. So you and Melody started texting again after, she was kind of like being ghost for a while, and she did give a reason. She talked. They were texting. But my thing is this: then that's what you said. That's what you should have said. But she didn't say that. She didn't even apologize for saying, like, okay, my bad. I should have been more. I should have been, more detailed on what I meant. I meant that me and you don't talk like we used to. Not saying that we have not had communication, because from what she said, it made it seem like they didn't have any type of communication. And still, that's not a fucking reason. You don't get to decide how I communicate with you. Like, you don't get to dictate my time and how I allocate it. If I'm still giving you time talking to you, then that's still me giving you time. That's still me talking to you. And I invited you out so we could speak face to face, right? It's not like she couldn't meet Melody or see Melody. Destiny is really sitting here fucking lying. And you have been talking about Melody. And then she's gonna say, so then it goes to this. And then you're saying, and then Melody says, and then you were talking about me to Tisha, talking shit about me, and you apologize for it. Tisha says, I didn't apologize I didn't apologize for, talking shit. I apologize that you felt that I was talking shit. What? That don't even make sense. Why would I, if I did not do something, I would apologize for you feeling that way? If I didn't talk shit about you, I'm not going to say, well, I'm sorry that you feel I was talking shit about you, because I didn't talk shit about you. So nothing that Destiny said to me made sense at all. Everything that Melody said made sense to me. And when she broke it down, I completely understood. Because if you still friends with my ex who talking shit about me, and then this bitch just talks shit about me at the reunion, I'm not calling Tisha a bitch. I'm just saying that that's the energy that Melody was probably having towards the situation. She said, and then this bitch was just talking shit about me at the reunion, talking about I don't know how to be a good friend. I use people. You saying that you don't know if that's true or not. And then y'all meeting and talking about me after the reunion wraps. I'm going to, of course, what else could y'all be talking shit about? And then the fact that The fact that Destiny said, so you didn't hear my aunt telling me I need to watch out for you and me speaking up for you. Melody said she didn't hear that. And I was like, I hope that's the same aunt that's watching your child while you're at Madani working. Because if not, then what the fuck she has to say don't mean shit. Because when you actually need somebody, the auntie ain't there apparently. Right? Because from what you said, you don't have anybody to watch your child while you go to work to go make sure that Madani is running. So why can't you use that auntie who cares about you so much and wants to be in your business and your friendships, to watch your child? Huh? Y'all, Destiny could pull that shit with everybody else, but I see Destiny for what she is. Sorry. Monique, that part confused me. How y'all best friends and you don't know how she pulls back after filming? Because I guess that was initially they're like well, then again, no. The first season that she came on, she was with LeBaric. The second season, she started pulling back. Maybe that's something that she had just started. I don't know. Or maybe she just wasn't used to her getting pulled back from as well. Maybe that could have been the case. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I don't know. But regardless of the point, I don't feel that Melody was wrong in any of this. I'm sorry. You can't be mad that people want to be Team Melody, who she works with, and not fuck with you if Melody isn't fucking with you. I'm sorry. Like I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a bad person. Maybe I'm also, maybe I'm also like Melody, in real life. I don't fucking know because I don't talk to my friends like that often. I don't. I be minding my own business. I'm out here trying to catch that coin. I'm in school. Like I'm out here working jobs. I'm out here trying to increase my revenue streams. Like, so I don't know. I don't talk to my friends every day. But y'all, I think that's really it. It ended out Melody storming out because Destiny saying those text messages don't mean anything. Still not telling us why did she decide to still be friends with Martell after everything that Martell put Melody through, telling us how the fuck she didn't think that Melody and Tisha was beefing when Tisha said all of that shit at the reunion. You knew that her and Tisha were not on good terms at that point. And then my thing is this: if you don't know why you and Melody are not cool, why didn't you knock on Melody's door or text Melody and say, "Hey, Melody, let's talk in a hotel room"? But you go to Tisha and talk about Melody. Because if I was a little bit confused with my friendship, Lod, I would go to the person after reunion, go to their hotel room and try to talk things out instead of going to Tisha talking shit about the person. And if y'all wasn't talking shit, what was y'all talking about? What possibly could y'all be talking about Melody? What could y'all have been saying if it wasn't bullshit? When it comes to Tisha, knowing that Tisha don't really fuck with Mel like that, what could Tisha have been saying that's not trash talk about Melody? Was she giving her compliments? Because if that was the case, she didn't give her no fucking compliment on the stage at the reunion. All Tisha was doing was giving Melody insults, saying she can't keep her friend. She tried to destroy her marriage, that she's a terrible friend, that she uses people. So now you go into her room and talk about me. Why? What positive things could y'all have been saying? And you shouldn't have even been in a room of a bitch talking about me, period. Once again, this is how Tisha should have been held. This is how Tisha should have handled Kimmy after Kimmy told her that, Kiki was talking shit about her. Hold her to that same standard. I don't get it. Destiny, you a liar. The PPP loan receipts prove that to be true. I don't, what type of public assistance were you on? Because you keep on saying public assistance, but that could mean anything. Food stamps, SNAP benefits, you know, like, welfare, like, which one? Because it can't be welfare, it can't be welfare or, or food stamps, because you're not eligible for either of those things. So what could it be? WIC, SNAP? I mean, what is it? Because I'm not understanding this. And at what point of the, like, were you so destitute? Because you've been filming since you got with LeBaric, since you divorced from LeBaric. At what point did you have to sign up for public assistance? Because the damn show wasn't last year. I don't know, but I'm just saying this. Destiny is very questionable. I don't know a lot about Destiny. Destiny be lying. Destiny don't tell the full truth. Melody be lying too. But in this regard, Melody came with the receipts. Melody came with facts and points to me that made sense. That if I was in Melody's shoes, I would be looking at Destiny like she was crazy too. Initially, I couldn't completely understand why Melody didn't fuck with Destiny. I thought it was solely because she thought that Destiny was talking shit about her to Martell, which she do be doing. Now, now she added more layers to it, and I was like, I completely understand now why she's not fucking with Destiny. But Destiny couldn't come up with any type of receipts. Destiny didn't make any points during that argument at all. All I could understand was yeah, I can get that, she meant that they didn't talk often. But then that's the case, and why didn't Destiny apologize for making it seem that they didn't have any type of communication? And on top of that, Destiny did not, acknowledge that Melody said, okay, I was wrong. For I could say that, I was not as accessible. But Melody had already stated that. But from what you said, Destiny was up there like Melody completely did not talk to you at all, which was not the case. And you use that as a crutch to also say that you didn't know if Melody was a user or a bad friend. I don't know why Destiny chose to do the stuff that she did, but I in this against the team versus Destiny versus I'm Team Melody. I'm sorry. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Sorry. And I go to the past reviews. I call out Melody a lot. I initially thought that Melody was lying, but now after she approached Destiny. Destiny didn't do anything for the whole argument besides make dumbass faces. She didn't make any factual points, any type of points that made sense. She didn't. I'm sorry. So that's what I concluded from it. What y'all got to say? If y'all have anything to say, I'll just wrap this up and end this live, and that'll be that. I'm sorry, y'all, but Team Melody on this. And I was trying, I've been trying to meditate on it, try to figure out, where I want, who I felt was in the right, and it's Melody. I'm sorry. Well, it don't really y'all have much to say, so I guess I'll end the live here. I'm glad that we're ending it underneath an hour, because the last live was an hour and 44 minutes, and that's definitely not what I wanted to happen. So y'all, I will just end it here. I want to thank y'all for watching. Please don't be on this video and not like it. Y'all be coming onto the video not liking my stuff, and I find issues with that. Why y'all don't like it? Y'all come and watch, but y'all want to like the video. Like the video, please. Comment. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me y'all opinion, because I want to see y'all tonight. Wait, what's happening tonight? Wait, am I supposed to be doing put a ring on it too tonight? Damn. Hold on, y'all. Let me look at something. Oh my gosh. I hope I didn't forget. What's happening? No. No. Yeah. Put a ring on this tonight. So I think so. I don't know. I'll have to, text and call. Oh, the Tory interview. No, the Tory interview is on the 21st. Are y'all talking about Miss Aubrey's interview? Or y'all talking about oh yeah, put a ring on it is tonight. So yeah, I'll be doing that in a damn, I always end up doing multiple videos a day. Confessions of a Reality Queen. Okay, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be watching the okay. Monique is up like, bitch, you gonna you first and foremost, bitch, you're gonna tell me you're gonna be doing put a ring on it. Don't fucking think you want to forget it in this bitch. You're gonna remember that you gotta do put a ring on it. I better see you tonight. See you tonight, like I said. That's the energy that I'm giving. First of all, bitch, you have put a ring on it tonight too. So don't think that you got out of this bitch only doing one video today. You have another video that you're gonna have to do tonight. Thank you for reminding me. So yeah, that's really it, y'all. That's all I have for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Sorry. I'm definitely Team Melody. Sorry, Des. But much love to everybody. I was really happy I didn't have to really see Tiffany and Stormy today. I mean Stormy on this episode because they've been really irritating me for the last, two, especially Stormy. But y'all, much love, much peace, and much chicken grease, and I'll see y'all in the field, okay? Peace.